Hello guys, welcome back to Mr. Cloud Book channel. So today is the day 6 of the Kubernetes masterclass. So we are going to talk about the installation process, right? So in the yesterday's video, we talked about the Minikube installation, and today we are going to use the managed Kubernetes service, that is AWS EKS. So which is charged. I mean, like if you are trying to pay the money, that is fine, but I don't prefer this AWS EKS. Okay, so let's go to the video. So this is my AWS account, and what we need the EKS, right? So okay, search for the EKS here in the search bar and right click and open link in the new tab. Okay, and it's IAM. So that's why I opened the IAM, EKS and EC2 together. So in the different tabs, so which is very easy to move the tabs easily. Okay, so let's go to the EKS. And first of all, see, I don't have any clusters here. So I am in the Mumbai region presently. So let's create a cluster. So you can just click on here, or you can just click on add cluster. This is one way you can create the cluster from here, or you can directly click on create cluster. So it will ask for the cluster name. So I will just give the name as KTS masterclass. Okay, KTS MC masterclass. So select role. So this needs an IAM role. Okay. So what kind of IAM role I needed? So here they already given the particular IAM console. It will open in the new tab. Okay. So what kind of the role we need? See, cluster service role info. So if you click on Amazon EKS user guide here, so it will open it in the new tab. Okay. Uh, See, if you go here, so what is the policy that we need? So we need this particular EKS cluster role. So in order to create the Amazon EKS cluster role, what we have to do? We have to go to the IAM console. So this is our IAM console. Okay. So if you see here, okay, let's continue. Come back. This is the IAM main dashboard. In the roles, left side panel, click on roles. So these are my old services. Just ignore them. So click on create role. So if you see here, so choose roles, create role, trusted entity type, select AWS service. So I'm using the AWS service here. So you can just follow this. Okay. Choose EKS cluster for your use case. Okay. Okay. This is the use case. Okay. So here you have to choose the EKS. Okay. So search for EKS and select that. Okay. And here you have to select the EKS cluster. Okay. So if you see here, so it's saying choose EKS cluster. Okay. And click on next. We will do. Let's go down. Click on next. Okay. This is the only policy that is available for the EKS cluster. So if you see here on the add permission tab, choose next. So this is the add permission tab. We have to choose next because we have only one policy, that is EKS cluster policy. Next. And next we need to do, see, for role name, so you can give it whatever the name you want. So I am using EKS MC, so masterclass. Okay, nothing we have to change, all we have to click on create role. So you have to do the same thing here. See, for description you can just give this one or click on create role. So without description also it works. Okay, so create role. Okay, role EKS MC created. Let's go here. So and if you refresh here, okay, see, it's already selected EKS MC. If you click on, it is already, it's already taking the EKS MC, because here we know, here we need only the EKS cluster policy. Okay, so whatever the policy that we added, that only it will come here. Okay, if not, other policies won't come. So since this is EKS cluster, okay, so that is done. What is the Kubernetes version? So they have the 1.31, but I'm going with 1.30. Okay. So upgrade policy. So extended. So this option supports the Kubernetes version for 26 months. Okay. So this extended version, like it's like extra amounted charged, because extended means this is like the enterprise model, and standard means they support only for 14 months. Okay. So there is a difference. Extended, the Kubernetes, I mean this managed service will be managed by the 26 months after the release date, and the standard only managed for 14 months. Okay. So there is no additional cost on the standard, but the cost is high on this extended. Okay. So bootstrap cluster, you can give anything here. So I'm just using this allow cluster administrator access and EKS API config. So secret encryption, I'm not giving anything, tags are not. Click on next. Okay, you can select the default. You can select the default VPC here. Okay, and the subnets. You can select the subnets. So you can select how many subnets you want. So you can select the three subnets. Okay, so I'm selecting the three subnets here since I have the three on the AP South one. Okay, and security group I will use the launch wizard one. Okay, so you can select the multiple also here, but I'm going with launch wizard one, which is open all port. Okay, so choose IPv4. I'm using IP address as the IPv4 for now. I'm not using any IPv6. And see cluster endpoint access. So I'm using public and private. So if you want go with advanced settings, you can give the CIDR range also. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going with public and private. Next. So you can select the control plane logging. So you can use the API server, auditing, so control manager, scheduler, authenticator. So whatever you want, you can add it. Okay. Send Prometheus metrics to Amazon managed service for Prometheus. If you want any observability, you can add this also. So I'm not saying. So if you want these options, select this. If you don't need, don't select this. Okay. Click on next. So if you want to add any kind of add-ons, so I'm using CNI policy, core DNS, Cube proxy, and Amazon pod identity agent. Okay. So if you want monitoring, you can just select this one. Okay. So otherwise, click on next. So it shows the versions of that particular I mean like CNI plugins add-ons. Okay. Next. Okay. This is the thing. It will show the total detailed information of your cluster. So what is the name? KTSMC, I mean masterclass 1.30 extended policy I'm using. Okay, no tags I added. Networking, I used the default VPC. I used the three subnets and I used the security group one. So you can edit this if you don't want. Okay. So cluster endpoints, I used public and private. Observability, I didn't added much, but I added these. So control manager on. So and what are the add-ons I added? Core DNS and like that. So you can check these also. So there's versions also. You can select the particular version and click on create. So this will create only the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, it won't create any particular kind of the nodes. Okay, so this will take approximately 10 minutes to create the cluster. Okay, if you see that my cluster is active now after 10 minutes nearly. So if you see here, end of the standard support for the Kubernetes version 1.3 is July 28, 2025. So if you created 1.30 with standard options, so you will get the support up to July 28, 2025. So I think it's nearly 9 months. Okay. And see, after that, I will be charged because of the extended support. Okay. For next 26 months. Okay. So if you see standard support is until 28, 25. Okay. So let's close this. Okay. Upgrade version. If you need to upgrade, you can do that, but I don't want. So if you click on here pricing page, it will show the how much price you will be charged for the extended. So this will create automatically certificate authority and OpenID and everything. But I'm not going to explain all these things for now because since we are going to create the cluster only. So let's go there into the compute because all we have is the Kubernetes cluster, but there is no nodes. Okay. So, but we need some nodes. Okay. So first of all, we need to create the node groups in order to create the nodes. Okay. So once you create the node group here, so the instances, how many you are preferred, like 2 nodes, 3 nodes, everything comes under this particular nodes. Okay. So in order to create that, you have to click on add node group. Okay. So give it a name. So I can give it as KTS. Okay. Underscore node group. You can give it as anything. So here also we need another row, IAM role. Okay. So let's click on this IAM console again. So it will take you to the IAM console directly. Okay. So to create the new, but I don't want because since I already opened here. Okay. So what are the steps we needed? This is the node IAM role we have to create. If you come here, so the next page that we use for the node cluster, right? So This is cluster IAM role. If you see in the left side panel, there is a node IAM role. Click on this. So if you come down, so it will give you the steps. Okay, what are the policies we need and everything. So open the IAM console. So this is the IAM console. In the left side panel, click on roles, create a role. So select the service. Let's see. Okay, in the left side navigation panel, choose roles. On the roles page, create role. Okay, select trusted entity page. Okay, in the trusted entity type selection, choose AWS service, and under use case, choose EC2. Okay, so we selected the AWS service, and under use case, we have to search for EC2. This is done. Okay, next, what we have to do? So click on next. So nothing we have to select. We have to just use the EC2 and click on next. So here we have so many policies, but all we need is this policy. So in the filter policies box, enter this one, just copy it. So which is pretty easy. Oh, sorry, not here, here. So remove that dot. Okay, we need this, select this one and remove it. And what else we need? So we need this one, container registry read only. Okay, paste it here. So select this one. So all you have to do is use these blocks that provided by the AWS documentation. Okay. So and next, if you need any Amazon EKS CNA policy, you can just copy it and search for here. So select this one also. Since we added the add-ons, okay. So click on next. So all we need is these three policies. Amazon EC2 container register read only, Amazon EKS CNA policy, Amazon EKS worker node policies. Okay. So if you see here, so click on next, we need to create a name. So let's give it a name, node -kts. Okay. Click on create role. Okay, it will create the role. So role is created. You can see that node kts. This is just created. And let's come here and see nothing we have. Okay, so if you refresh, it will automatically come here. Okay, so in the drop down you can select the node kts. Okay, this is the one we created now. And launch template, if you have any, okay, for the EC2 launch, that is fine, you can use that one. So Kubernetes labels, but I don't want anything. Taints and tolerance, so we will talk in the upcoming videos, that's why I'm not going to use this one. Okay, and tags, that is up to you, and click on next. So AMI type, you can just select whatever you want. Okay, I'm going with Amazon Linux. So capacity, on demand or spot, that is up to you. And instance type, okay, this is using T3 medium. So if you want, you can use that. Okay, I'm going with that one. So if you don't want that, clear this one and select the whatever thing you want, like T3, T2, that is up to you. Okay, so T2 medium is fine. Don't take T2 micro. Okay, so it will stop your cluster. Okay, because it doesn't support the Kubernetes. Okay, since T2 medium, okay, T3 medium is done. So how many node groups are required for me? So desired size is 2, minimum size is 2, and maximum size is 2. So desired means, so whenever you create the node group, it will give you the desired size. Means, so number of instances are always present on your cluster is 2 nodes. Okay, so 2 worker nodes is always work for your master. So this is the desired size and minimum. So it will run minimum nodes 2 for your cluster always. Okay, maximum. So whenever your workload is improved, you can make it this high. Okay, so for presently we are not using any high kind of traffic application, that's why we can just go with the maximum size equals to 2. Since you are using the higher end application, you can just make it to 3 or 4. Okay, that is up to you. So whenever the traffic is high, it will automatically create the new node. Okay, so maximum numbers, so maximum I will use 2. Okay, click on next. So I am using the all subnets here, and next. Okay, this is all things you have to do. Check here whatever you selected. Okay, and click on create. Okay, this will take some time to browse the nodes. Okay, node groups. Okay, so see, if you go here nodes, still it's not there. because it will take some time to create. So let's go here. So if you go to the compute again, so you can see that it's under creating state. It's active now. So I have two nodes now. Okay, we have the two nodes here, which is T3 medium and another one is T3 medium. And if you see here, if you refresh, you will get the two more nodes. Okay, here two more EC2 instances. See, these are from the Kubernetes. Okay, so these two works as the worker nodes. So that's why it takes some time. We have to use this one, Cloud Shell. Okay, see here on the top, if you use this, so it will create a new cell here. Okay, AP South one. So environment is created. So if you see kubectl get all, it won't give any kind of information because sometimes we have to update this. See, okay. So same thing is getting here. So all we have to do is AWS EKS update hyphen config. Since we are created this from the UI, we have to do this one. Okay, AWS EKS update kube config hyphen region AP hyphen south hyphen one hyphen name. So K8S, okay, it's capital hyphen MC, enter. Okay, okay, I may forgot the issue again. The spelling was wrong here. It should be cube, enter. Okay, that is done. If you see kubectl get nodes, so it's showing the output now, right? I will use that one also. If you need kubectl run, you can give it a name. So kubectl run. So nginx hyphen image nginx. Okay, enter. So it will create the pod. Okay. So if you see kubectl, you get pods. So it will show the pod. So it will create. So this is the main basic thing. You can open it in the new tab also if you want, like this. So it will open like this. Okay. See AWS Cloud Shell. So you can use the Kubernetes from here also. Okay. So that is done. And how to delete this one? Okay. So in order to delete this particular Kubernetes cluster, so first of all, go to the K8s node. Okay. So uh, make sure that you are in the K8s MC. Go to compute. Okay. So if you select this one, so you have the option called delete here. So click on delete. So you have to give the name K8s underscore node and delete. Okay. So this will delete the nodes first of all. So delete this, then only delete that particular cluster, main cluster. Okay. So this will take some time to delete the termination process. Okay, like 5 or 10 minutes. So if you want to delete the roles, don't delete it first because the cluster needs to be deleted first of all. Then only you can delete the IAM role. Okay, if you see now the node group is deleted, and if you come here, refresh. Okay, we have only one instance that I created for testing. Okay, that is just leave it. And let's delete the cluster now. So delete. So you can give the name K8s-MC delete. Okay, so this will take 10 minutes. Okay, so before that, if you go to IAM dashboard, so go to roles and you can delete those roles. Okay, so this is the one we created and EKSMs. We can delete this once a cluster is deleted. I will do that. Okay, later on. I hope you understand how to install the EKS cluster, set up the installation process on the AWS EKS. But in the upcoming video or in the next video, I will explain what is the kubectl and its uses, and meanwhile we will do the Terraform EKS installation with the Terraform files also on the AWS. Okay. Thanks for watching the video and keep on supporting to Mr. Cloudbook channel.